So welcome back to another episode of the FIFA News Show. Today we are covering all the latest and important topics surrounding the world of FIFA. Now this was supposed to be the last episode before the reveal, but that has now changed. I will be talking about what happened really soon in this video. But I've also got some other FIFA 21 news, leaks, rumors, and also some other important stuff to discuss today as well. So I hope you do enjoy. So even though we've got 163,000 subscribers on the channel, we've still got a majority of you guys not subscribed but watching the video. So if you want to know all the latest FIFA 21, FIFA 20 and PES news, make sure you subscribe today and join. Intro, this was supposed to be the last episode before the FIFA 21 reveal. That has now changed. The reveal has been delayed an extra week. It was supposed to be on June the 11th at 4 PM. Now it is June 18th at 4 PM. So it's an extra week to wait now. EA put out a statement that said, with the important conversations taking place and important voices being heard around the world right now, we're moving our time to come together in play. We'll see you at EA Play Live on June 18th at 4 PM PDT. So I guess next week will be the last episode before EA Play. So I'll talk about what to expect going into it in next week's episode. Now I do enjoy this time of the year because all the unofficial photos and demo leaks and all that kind of stuff start appearing out of nowhere because people start making up concept images. And one person I found on Twitter, I don't know if he made this, he just reposted it or something. He goes, I found a new photo for FIFA 21 and it's this image of Mbappe on the cover there and it says available now, pre-order now. Now the disclaimer says pre-order today to receive the latest EA Sports FIFA video game, videos, offers and more, including other EA news product events and promotions. It doesn't really sound too legit and I'm not convinced that this is an official photo or anything, so as usual, be very skeptical about any leaks, any images that you see online on Twitter, especially about like leaked FIFA 21 stuff, because most of the time it's just made up concepts and just image art that is not real. Now there was also this photo going around of KDB on the FIFA 21 loading screen. Now funnily enough, a lot of people believe Kevin De Bruyne is the cover star for FIFA 21. We will find out if that's true very soon. I guess he's been on the FIFA 19 cover after they got rid of Ronaldo, so it is probably a likely scenario, but I don't know 100% if that's going to happen. But yeah, this photo was floating around. It comes from the SpaceX thing, so this one is another one of those like concepts or fake images. So yeah, this one is probably not official as well. Now this one is important info, so you might want to screenshot it, but it's not confirmed dates, but it is estimated dates based on past history. So this is from FIFA U Team, who puts out estimated dates for FIFA 21. The official reveal was supposed to be June 11th, but it got delayed until June 18th. That is where we're going to get the first trailer and some basic information. And then we've got the beta, which apparently is on August 7th or around there, so the first week of August. And then we've got the demo coming around September 8th. The web app will be the 16th of September. EA Origin Access, September 17th. That will be the first time you can play the full game of FIFA 21. And then career mode will be broken on that day as well. Special edition, September 22. That is when you get the 3 days early access. Official release, September 25th. And then an estimated date for the next gen release, November 20th. That all depends on when the consoles come out. So it's not 100% confirmed dates, but it is a good estimate based on past history. Now that is part of the schedule, but I don't think it's going to be all the schedule. If you remember last year with FIFA 20, EA did release some deep dives for different parts of the game. So you had gameplay in mid-July, career mode got postponed I think till like August or something, and then you had Ultimate Team, Volta, Pro Clubs as well. It's unclear whether EA is going to do this for this year's cycle, but last year they did do some deep dives, and that's when we found out career mode news and all that kind of stuff early. And then you've also got to take into account Gamescom. I think that's going digital. I don't think it's going to be happening with the public, but we might get some more FIFA information, more gameplay, and that is scheduled for the 27th of August to the 30th of August. So you'll probably see some gameplay, and yeah, so that's pretty much most of the dates covered for this upcoming promotional cycle for FIFA 21. So this one is also a pretty big story in the world of FIFA 21 licensing. It looks like Boca Juniors will be coming back to the game fully licensed, and you can use them outside of the Copa Libertadores DLC as a licensed team. Currently in FIFA 20, they've got them in the Copa Libertadores, but if you go outside of that, they're still called Buenos Aires. And yeah, they're pretty generic if you're outside of the DLC part of the game. Now, this all starts back in like January or December, where Claudio Civiello, I think he's a journalist or something, he puts out that this will be the last year of the exclusivity contract with Konami. From now on, Boca will no longer sign exclusive contracts with any video games company. Whoever wants Boca and the La Bombonera, which is the stadium, just has to pay what corresponds and will be in the game in question. So basically there's going to be a fee, and whoever wants to have Boca licensed has to pay their fee. That means EA and PES can have Boca licensed in the game as long as they pay the fee. There's no exclusivity anymore for that team. Moving on, he puts out a tweet later on that says La Bombonera returns to FIFA, which is pretty much confirming that the stadium is coming, and it might even be in this same FIFA in free DLC format. I think he's referring to FIFA 20, and I don't think that happened. In FIFA 21, Boca and La Bombonera will be safe for all modes. So he sounds pretty confident, pretty sure that this is going to happen. Soon comes the scanned faces of the entire campus or team. Boca will be complete in every way in the EA game. So yeah, this guy is pretty much confirming new faces, the stadium returns, and the club license returns as well to FIFA 21. Now that was all a couple of months ago, but moving on to the most current tweet, Claudio Civiello puts out that Boca no longer has officially exclusivity with Konami. This does not mean that it is not in the game. Like I said, whoever pays the license can get it, and I come to a total agreement with EA. Boca La Bombonera plus scanned faces will be in FIFA 21. Obviously the scan will be done when the quarantine is normalized. So yeah, EA must have paid the fee here and got the license for Boca, but this does not mean it's going to be exclusive. Like I said, Konami and PES can still pay the money and have Boca in the game as well. So I guess that's good for those people interested in this team or want licenses in the South American region. Like I said, it's partially licensed in the Copa Libertadores DLC, but outside of that, in crew mode and stuff, they're pretty generic still, so this will fix that up. Now, it's very unlikely that a new engine is going to be coming to FIFA 21. There was rumors this week that started coming out of nowhere that suddenly EA has dropped Frostbite engine and now he's going to be using Unreal Engine 5 for FIFA 21. And with these rumors on Twitter, most of it is just false stuff. People just writing stuff for the sake of doing it. And it's very unlikely that they're going to be using Unreal Engine 5 for FIFA 21 because it's supposed to be coming out late 2021. Now, is it possible in the future that maybe EA changes to Unreal Engine 5? I guess you can never say never, but it's pretty unlikely. But it won't be FIFA 21. And of course, if they do go with Unreal Engine, they'll have to pay Epic Games a royalty as well for using their engine, I believe. And that's big money when you're talking about a FIFA game. So it's very unlikely. I think they'll either create their own engine or just use Frostbite for the foreseeable future. So if you see any rumors about a new engine, I don't think it's going to happen. I think EA is just going to stick with Frostbite. This week we had a big DLC update for PES, and it was the Euro 2020 DLC. It finally came out, and I did play it a couple days ago, so if you missed that video, go and check it out. It's in the video library, and you can see what the DLC looks like, what it's all about. It hasn't got all the bells and whistles, but it is good enough to play a couple of times. You might get some enjoyment out of it. Alright, so we have a new squad update for this week. This one came out on June the 3rd. The squad updates haven't been too good over the last couple of weeks. They must have sacked the crew mode intern kid because, yeah, no one has really done much with the updates. It's not like there's any football going on anyway besides the Bundesliga, maybe a few other ones, but you might see some more changes once all the competitions start coming back. I think they're going to be coming back within the next 2 or 3 weeks. But in the removed department, we've got Mr. Glenn Moss from the Newcastle Jets, and then we've got added players here. Jack Simmons from Newcastle Jets, and that's about it there. And then in the updated section, we've got 4 players. Goetze lost a potential point. He's down to 80. Ruben Sobrino is down to a 77. This guy's down to a 74, Bahoken. And then we've got Deric, who went down to 71, and Roman, who went down to 66. So that was the squad update for this week. So since the global leagues are coming back for football, but the fans are not allowed to go to the stadium still like they used to, they're going to be using FIFA 20's audio in the broadcast. So the La Liga is one of the leagues that are considering this at the moment. I think they might have confirmed this, I don't know yet. But I got this on the website, La Liga, to include virtual fans. The games are going to be played behind closed doors. Now this was reported by the Marca, but it's not really translating well, so I'd rather use this one because it makes more sense for you. So it says La Liga has been working on ways to make the remainder of the season more appeasing to watch or appealing to watch. With the use of MediaPro's 3D technology, empty stadiums will be filled with images and sounds of virtual fans. It says here that they're going to set up a system where a virtual crowd taken from the FIFA 20 video game can be seen in the stands alongside the real-life action. They're also going to mix in crowded noise recorded from previous matches inside each individual stadium, so the sound is still going to be sort of realistic. And apparently La Liga's clubs have agreed to the proposal on Wednesday, and they've already begun work on that. So it's interesting times. I think the Premier League is also going to be doing that soon. It says the proposal to use crowd noise from the FIFA 20 video game was accepted, although it will only be added to the broadcast feed rather than played into stadiums through the public address system. The crowd noise will appear as an additional option for viewers to select via the red button rather than being part of the main coverage, so you can turn it off if you don't like it. In the Ultimate Team world, the current promo this week was the Ultimate Team of the season so far, which is basically like the best players from the combined Team of the seasons that came out over the last couple of weeks. So if you're interested in that, it's going to be available now. Now we've got another football game coming onto the market, and it's completely different to FIFA and PES. It's more arcadey, more of a Japanese theme to it as well. I think it's called Captain Tsubasa. I've never heard of this franchise, but apparently it's pretty popular in certain regions and stuff. And according to FIFA All-Stars, this is coming out on the 28th of August. So there is a trailer on YouTube on the PlayStation channel. So it's called Captain Tsubasa or something. Rise of New Champions announced trailer. So FIFA 21 has some competition, folks. Let's take a look at a few pieces here. I don't know how much I can use because of copyright, but as you can see, it's very arcadey looking. You know, this is not like a FIFA simulation type thing. There you go. At least we've got locker room cutscenes. We don't get that in FIFA. Tunnel cutscenes as well. What happened to those? And then we've got the trophy there, number 10. There's the ball. Yeah, you can see that it's very, very Japanese themed. And look at those superpowers, man. It's not too bad, actually. I'll be interested to try this one out as well. I mean, it's a totally different experience, but I guess we need something different on the market as well. Captain Tsubasa Rise of New Champions. You can check out the full thing and some information online. It's made by Namco, and it's coming on the 28th of August. And I think Captain Tsubasa is actually a Japanese manga, so it's going to be based on that series. So make sure you come back next week for FIFA 21 stuff. In the meantime, if you need something else to watch, make sure you hit the card in the middle. It'll take you to this FIFA 20 video. I'll see you next time.